Let's check out David Dobrik's $12 million mansion.
Get a chance to talk to him, check out the space. It's going to be a fun episode, and let's begin. Where is it?
Dude's doing okay. YouTube seems to be working out for him. This is a very big, expensive, I guess $12 million house. Yep, not bad. Imagine what the property taxes are. Right away, huge fan of the color palette. The whole house looks like it's very neutral, very light colored. That makes the whole space look a lot bigger and feel big, but then the use of wood already that I'm seeing throughout the house makes it feel warmer, cozier. Like, this place looks awesome. This is really smart, using mirrors outside to make your outdoor space look and feel even larger. Really, really cool.
Look at us just walking around in David's home.
Okay, so this is cool. This is the best shot of the house right now, where we've got this aerial shot. We can see there's a whole bunch of parking space over around the side, little privacy screen with the hedges. Because remember, a lot of these houses in LA, like, you can actually see the neighboring house right below it. These houses are all so close together, so you have to use greenery, trees, landscaping, positioning, height building, like, to make your unit still have a view without, like, blocking your neighbor's view. Like, it gets so complicated and crazy, but this already, you can see how beautifully designed this home is. You can see how many outdoor spaces there are. There's like the primary, probably, outdoor space, guest suite outdoor space below. I can't wait to see inside this place.
All right, guys, we're gonna start our tour on the exterior like we always do. This house has a great motor court.
Oh, I love that gym. Right away, you can see the gym off to the side. You can see that it opens probably with a garage door. Super, super sexy looking space.
Plenty of space for parking. We have the first 2-car garage on our left-hand side.
Also, the driveway and a herringbone. I haven't actually seen that with the stone before. That looks stunning.
Currently being used as a storage, and we have the second 2-car garage here, and this garage is converted into a really nice gym. Zila is
beautiful. Imagine the views too. Like, he's got that big window at the back. Looks absolutely amazing. That's what I'm talking about. Wake up in the morning, you got the Peloton going, and you're looking at the city of Los Angeles. That's a $12 million view right there.
Now I want to take you guys to the front door so we can go inside, so we can meet David.
There's that wood again. The front door has the wood. We're starting to notice the palette of the home. There's like the thin black lines everywhere. The house is mostly white. Also, I love a big door like this. This is like a 9-foot door. You can see it almost scraping the ceiling here. And then the size and the heaviness of those doors is absolutely amazing.
If you could do any celebrity's house and do exactly what Hennis did, who would you want to do?
If I could go into any celebrity's house, well, number one, I'd probably be like, where is their house? What's the whole backdrop? But off the top of my head, any celebrity would be Matthew McConaughey. And the reason it would be Matthew McConaughey is he recently did a book called Green Lights, which I absolutely loved. And it kind of got me thinking, what's this guy's house like? And I never looked it up, but it feels like in terms of just going to a celebrity's house and then hanging out with someone, Matthew McConaughey would be like a really good hang. He's my choice right now.
I was just standing here. I was listening. So we can meet David. I'm like, my cue.
When are they coming? Well,
Come on in. Well, wherever you want.
Wow, like, I'm so excited to see this house. There's artwork in the background everywhere. We've got a podcast studio right here.
I feel like you know this place better than I do. So
I do a little bit, but I still want to like see it and like kind of hear it from your perspective, you know?
Okay, I nailed the color tones. Now all the doors inside are also that like really nice light wood color. We've got the black touches everywhere. So without having fully seen the inside, I kind of had a feel for what it might be like.
So from my perspective, this is the podcast room. This
Super sick. Okay, so here's what I love about the space. Number one, do you guys know why he has the podcast room right off the entrance? It's because you don't want guests that are joining your podcast walking through your whole dang house. So first thing, you enter in the front door, podcast is on the right. You just step in, you can kind of keep the mess out of your house in the far corner. This room is stunning. I love that they did a blue carpet, pulls this whole room together. Totally like cutting edge with the choice of colors and everything else, really beautiful. And then this floor to ceiling glass, that's also letting in tons of natural light for the podcast so that they can have really good lighting at all times and make the space look awesome.
This was an office before, and now we use it to shoot our audio and video.
I don't want to brag, guys. I feel like I'm bragging, but look at all this wood everywhere. There's like really very much a color palette to this house, and I must have just caught from that intro some of those glimpses, and it got into my head because there it is.
Video podcast, and it's awesome because you got at, I mean, obviously the view here, so
Amazing.
it feels, even though it's a small room, it feels pretty open.
That view. I would be so distracted trying to do a podcast with the view of Los Angeles right there.
How much did you spend on this room?
I think it was like,
I want to bid it myself, but I want to hear it from you.
well, you say it first.
I would say 100, 120.
I think he's way off. I think this guy spent way more money on this room.
Oh yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it was like 100.
Okay, cool.
But it's like,
He said, oh yeah, really good, it's like 100. I think just looking at the room right away, it's like his desk, all the built-in integration, the fact that they've like added lighting and like camera setup and everything else. I'd say it's probably closer to like $250,000. People spend tons of money on this. He was very low-key about it. I think he spent more on the room.
But you guys don't know, David like loves houses. He actually ended up coming to
You guys see this little chair in the bottom? Like, who's that little chair for? There's like a little chair for a kid. I don't think this guy's got a kid. If he does, I've never heard about the kid before. But like, cool. He's got all this themed, almost like lambskin looking material over the couch, the chairs, his office chair, and then this little tiny chair in the corner, which is hilarious.
yes.
All right, so this is like your formal space, I'm assuming, like seating area,
Yeah.
billiards table, and all that cool stuff.
This is the main area where we hang out from time to time.
This feels like a young bachelor pad. We've got like an R2-D2 in the background. We've got like this giant jukebox. Like there's just kind of stuff everywhere. This is not the way that I would furnish this home, but it's also David Dobrik's home. David, you do you, man. Do whatever you want to do.
I was just gonna say, this looks kind of like a staging furniture. I feel like you don't
is.
use this. It is?
This is staging furniture, and I like this. Wow, dude, see? That's
Okay, could have seen that coming. The pieces that are in there that look the best are not the pieces that he chose, which is comical. Look at that wine cellar behind there. Looks absolutely stunning. So it's funny, man. Sometimes these young guys, they got all this money and like they're gonna also go out and hire someone to stage the house because they don't know how they want to stylize this $12 million mansion.
I'm saying. You know your stuff. Yeah, this is staging furniture, and this was the only thing other than like a mirror upstairs that we kept from what was staged in the house.
God.
This whole space looks like it's tiled, like it's maybe porcelain tiles all throughout. That can be kind of hit or miss within a space because that tile can be, if it's not temperature controlled, it can be really cold on the feet. It's very easy to clean and everything else, but it can lack a little bit of character. I like maybe a hardwood instead, but this is also LA where things get really hot, so that porcelain tile might be the perfect choice maybe.
About a year and a half ago now, and turns out it was like this big scamming thing where this guy stole my money. It was $10,000. I know it's crazy.
Really?
There you go, 10 grand for the Iron Man statue. The other one made of Lego, man. Like, would you put that in your house? Drop a comment below. Would you have a big giant Marvel statue in your house?
But I'm obsessed with this kind of stuff, so I had to find one here. So I still haven't gotten the Chinese one.
How much did this one cost?
This was like $9,000.
Gotcha. Oh, that's
Again, I don't spend a lot of money on things now. I'm adding Marvel things to the mix.
Doesn't spend money on things. $9,000 Marvel statue, thousands and thousands of dollars in wine. This guy knows how to spend a little bit of money, David.
Water fountain like you get at school, but instead of water, check this out.
Stop the madness. Okay, this is one of those crazy, quirky things where imagine you're showing this house and there's a water fountain in the living room and you're like, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Klein, go press that water fountain, and freaking red Hawaiian punch comes out. That's a conversation starter.
It's fruit punch. It's freaking ridiculous.
Okay, here's the other thing. When you use a water fountain, you know how much water you waste? Think of how much fruit punch is just going down the drain that you never get to drink. I don't know, man. I don't know if I endorse this. It's a little bit like, you know, he's saying he doesn't spend money, now we're just throwing fruit punch down the drain.
You like it? You like living here?
Oh, I love it.
Okay, why you love this house particularly? And here's a fun fact.
Before he tells us why he loves the house, do you guys love that art installation? I feel like that art installation itself is probably like 30 or 40 grand, and I think it looks awful. That's just me.
I think I ended up showing you 3-4 homes maybe?
Yes.
You remember, right?
Because I will never forget one home. You showed me one home, and I think they've redone it.
Good move on Ennis. So Ennis finds out this guy's interested in houses, and what does he do? He runs out and shows him a couple houses. I'm a huge fan of, like, someone's kind of interested, I'll be like, let's just run out. What's the worst that could happen? Maybe you'll find a house that you love. Let's just run out and go see some houses. And sure enough, He saw a house that he loved. Now I'm kind of wondering what happens next. But either way, the goal is if you're an agent, it's like just take people out, just go see some stuff, because in order to fall in love with something, you kind of got to touch it and go see it and check it out.
And now when it's beautiful.
And they sold it for $10 million.
Yeah. But at the time, it was carpet. It just didn't make any sense. The entire house was carpet, and in the bathroom, the carpet would go around the toilet. So the entire bathroom was carpeted.
Oh my gosh, true story. I have been in homes. There was this one house I was in. It was like downtown in this kind of sketchy area. It was like a 3-story house, and every story was a separate unit. And in the top story, the bathroom was not just carpet, okay? Shag carpet, white. The things that you see when you step into a bathroom that has shag white carpet in it, you can't unsee those things, folks.
You were so stuck on that carpet, like that almost like kind of just blocked your vision. You were like, dude, there's carpet in the bathroom. I was like, David, we can fix all that.
I've been thinking about it ever since. No, when I saw that carpet, I was like, what's going on?
They did a really good job. Someone remodeled it and made like $3-4 million of profit.
I just saw
So
it.
it was at least a good buy.
Yeah.
But that's how I met you.
A little humble brag there from Ennis. He's like, yeah, no, David, you could have bought that house, but you didn't, and that's okay, because someone else bought it, remodeled it, made a quick $3-4 million. Anyways, let's carry on. Yeah, I get what you're doing, Ennis. I think we're about to see this pizza art installation. I've been waiting for this moment from the second this tour started.
House was amazing, and there was this, but it had a bunch of elephants and different animals on it, and I DM'd you and I was like, where is that from? That is the coolest thing in the world. And then you hooked me up with Peter.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so they show us this actually beautiful art installation with like all those brass or whatever structure they are looking elephants and tigers, and this guy decides to frame pizza in here. Like, what a bachelor.
Who made this?
We found him, and then we talked to the owners.
No, that couch, restoration, I mentioned it earlier, or you saw it earlier. What do you think that couch is worth? Maybe leave a comment below, and I'm gonna tell you in a second, so don't listen just yet, but go right now, pause the video, leave a comment. That couch is minimum like a $40,000 to $50,000 couch, okay? Maybe even a little bit more, super expensive. Each piece of this couch is worth minimum $2,000, so go ahead, count it, add it up.
And they're like, it's this artist named Peter. We found Peter, I DM'd Peter, I was like, my friend is gonna contact you, make sure to respond to him.
Oh man, I hate it so much. That is like the most awful looking art installation. Imagine like inviting a nice, pretty young woman over, and she comes over and she sees your pizza art installation that you probably spent, I'm gonna guess he spent minimum $20,000 on this.
So this is the coolest thing I think I have in here. I love it.
It's super cool. The elephant that we saw, we'll roll a B-roll of it, was super cool.
I do that with clients all the time. They say something super cool. I go, yeah, it's super cool. That's great. I love it. You love it? I love it because you love it. So that's great. David, you love your pizza thing.
As well, like we ended up talking about that for like a minute in the video because we were so intrigued.
But the only thing that always confused me is how uneven this living room area is with this area.
Do you know why?
He's actually super right. Let's hear what Ennis is gonna say about why that is. But right away I'm looking at it, the house has a bunch of wasted space and the layout of the house is kind of funky, but I really love the integration and the way the indoor space flows with that outdoor space. You're having a party, you're having a bunch of people over. I'm starting to understand a little bit more about why all that tile is there, because people are gonna be flowing inside, outside. There's gonna be a mess and you're gonna have to clean it all up. So that's why the flooring is tiled like that.
Put like a really fancy furniture here that is super uncomfortable, but you went totally opposite. You went like full comfortable.
It's gotta be
cloud
comfortable.
couch.
They're talking about all the indoor-outdoor space. Right away as I'm looking at this unit, I'm in love with the color palette. I really love the black. I love the clad material of some kind, whether it's a quartz, whether it's a stone that's over that TV space. Love that. Love that as you're looking in the back, you can see the exterior over there, paneling clad with, again, those vertical striped sections that look beautiful, that mirrors what's happening over in the kitchen. Really beautiful. And then even the pot lights, the little flush mount kind of like directional lights that are over the kitchen island, all black like that. The contrast is beautiful. He's got the blackish rug in there. This is really well laid out in terms of colors. Big fan of the way this place looks. And then there's pot lights everywhere. Like if you look at the ceiling, there's just endless pot lights. You can see there's Bluetooth speakers throughout this home. Very cool details.
Show me the back. I actually really like this.
Oh my gosh. Look at that onyx island that looks like it's like 15, 16 feet long with the lighting from underneath. That is one of the coolest islands I've ever seen in a space, and it's actually really fitting because it's playful, it's fun, he's got candy in the back, super, super cool.
Oh, I got really lucky. I bought this place like peak COVID when like everybody was telling me not to buy, and luckily I went with my gut and I bought it, and now it's worth
Probably 30-40% more easily.
Yeah.
Well, COVID shot the prices up, prices have all kind of come back down. The main thing when you're buying a house is definitely don't listen to everybody around you's opinion. You're gonna be able to ride out the storm and make sure that you're buying something because you want to live in it. Don't just buy it because people are like, yeah, you should buy now, you should sell now. Do what works for you, do what works for your family, and try to plan the longer into the future that you can, and that's gonna make it a good investment.
I feel like he kind of gets like a nice blend of it. And
Absolutely, these views are phenomenal. I love the fact that from the vantage point that we're just looking at, you're not seeing any neighbors, you're seeing the canyon. He's used that landscaping, like I talked about, to cover the views from his neighbors. So you have a lot of view that's just like unobstructed. You're not staring at some other mega mansion over on the hill. This is a really beautiful view, and I love the way this tree looks at the edge of his property.
it's a cool spot. Personally, I would sit down here all the time. I don't know, read a book maybe, and also I had a lot of gum in there.
Also, you start to realize how big this property is when you're at the edge of the property and you're seeing how much land is owned. And when you're buying a house of this size, you have to buy a big piece of land so that the setbacks and everything in LA, you're meeting the requirements. This is a beautiful house, guys. I'm having tons of fun.
Off of the landing, you have another seating area. Another one of these sectional.
Okay, right away, the landing when you step upstairs, those views are crazy. I love the floor to ceiling glass. And again, we're seeing that restoration cloud couch. This place is looking awesome.
Cloud couches. I like the marble coffee table. This room gets a ton of natural light. You have sliding glass doors literally everywhere. Very, very spacious room. Gotta be one of the biggest primary bedrooms that we have seen on this channel. And look at the seating area alone.
Okay, the moment we've been waiting for. We are in the primary. He's got a whole bunch of bedrooms upstairs. House looks amazing. This primary is an entire wing of the house. Let's check this one out.
I mean, this could easily qualify as like a family room. Fireplace. He doesn't have a TV here, and this neon light says, the noblest art is that of making others happy.
Okay, so I've seen a couple of these celebrity houses where they've got the neon lights everywhere. I personally wouldn't really go for the neon lights, but I've seen some of the Kardashians, their houses inside, they've got these neon lights. It's a thing, it's kind of a cool thing to do right now. I think that it's very trendy, it'll look dated in no time, but this is a big, massive primary. You keep doing you, David.
Noble.
Subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe to the channel here, make us happy. We're trying to make you guys happy by doing this tour.
On that note, subscribe to our channel. Come subscribe to our channel. Hit the like button, smash the subscribe button. More videos like this coming, and you guys are gonna enjoy all the fun stuff we're gonna check out.
Double king size beds.
It was like a double California king.
Yeah, the size of that bed is crazy. Now, a couple things to note. So, love, again, the indoor, outdoor space. This primary looks phenomenal. Notice there's all that padding. Like, he's turned the entire wall behind this bed into a headrest. That's gonna be really good for acoustics. So it'll keep the room way quieter, any noise bouncing off the floors, whatever, it'll actually quiet the room. So when you see tons of furniture texture like that, whether it's carpet, whether it's rugs, whether it's furniture that has some cotton over it or something like that, that's actually gonna reduce the noise in the room and make the room much quieter. There's not gonna be an echo. It's gonna be used as an acoustic treatment. And then look at the size of this bed. This is like, I don't even know what this is. This is like 2 queen size beds beside each other mixed into one big mattress. It's crazy.
Hold on here, what are we gonna do, you know?
Yeah.
All right, it's definitely good size. The entire walk-in closet is
Amazing. I love the way this closet looks. This is the first time we're seeing this, like, this wood that almost looks like a rosewood or a babinga. It looks like a very expensive high-end hardwood. I am loving the fact that when you step into the closet space, you'll notice as well that dark wood makes the space feel cozier. The dark colors actually make the space feel a little bit smaller, but you kind of want that when you're in a big giant closet. You want it to feel like it's wrapping around you with those dark colors, and then the wood with all the grain, all the texture. This looks very luxury, very high-end, a little more sophisticated. And again, we've got all those Nike sneakers kind of changing the vibe a little bit, but this is a really beautiful looking closet.
He's got a lot of a lot of hoodies, that's for sure.
that's for sure. And he has like kind of his shoes.
Love all the built-ins. The fact that there's also all those built-ins mean you can take your mess, drop it in the drawers, shut everything, shut the doors, shut the drawers, keep everything tucked away, and make your space look really clean, even though it might not be. So that's something you'll notice in a lot of these high-end homes. There's a lot of drawers. There's a really good use of space so that you can hide messes. All right, guys, so that concludes today's video. What a beautiful property. All $12 million worth of this house is fantastic. I wasn't a huge fan of some of those art installations, but you know what? Art is a personal expression of who you are and what you're into. And I forgot all about Dobriks and the fact that David is running his business with pizza, so that art is probably super, super special to him. I wouldn't hang it in my house, but I'm also not living in David's $12 million house. So if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely, we've got more coming your way. Click the link over here to check out the next video, and we're so excited to see you guys over there. Jake Nicolle signing out. Cheers. Click the video right now. Go check it out. You're gonna love it. I promise. This one's gonna be special.